Hello, thank you for bringing in some of your collectibles from the 90s. It's certainly going to be a trip down memory lane today. And a lot of what we're going to look at today was very much a staple in the school playground. So first of all, my eyes were drawn to your Walker's Tazoos collection here. I like the fact that the binder is still in marvellous condition there. If you remember, Tazoos were found in little plastic packets inside Walker's Crisps. This was the collector's album, so let's have a little look at the set. So first of all, obviously Tazoos was a game, and each one had a number or a score, and this was some of the ways that you could play the games with them. Okay, so the binder is in good condition, but I want to have a little look at the Tazoos here. So as you can see, they're all numbered, and you have the name of the character at the top. So you have a complete set there. Okay, and on the back you had your number and score. Okay, so we have the Tasmanian Devil there. Characters such as Elmerfoot and Roadrunner. Certainly a nostalgic piece for me. And looks as though you have a full 50-piece set and some spaces for some spares there. Okay, so we have Elmerfoot and Porky Pig there. Let me just have a little look at a couple at random. Have a closer inspection. Let's go for Speedy Gonzales. So if I just show you, that was the Tazoo design. For little indentations there where you could fix them together. That was the number of the Tazoo, and that was the points value. So I just want to check closer detail for any defects. Excellent. Now this has obviously been well looked after. It hasn't been exposed to light. It's minimal fade on the binder or the images here. These are some of the most beautiful ones here. So let's select Tasmanian Devil here. This was number 28. There we go. And this was worth 4 points. Okay, there's no apparent edge defects, as I say, no fading. And on the reverse, it says here Taz was only found in Doritos. I never knew that. Okay, it's obviously a detail that slipped my mind. Okay, let's have a look at one more. There's Daffy Duck, worth 2 points. That's looking marvellous. Alright, so that's your Walker's Tazos there. Thank you. I also notice you have more. This was from the Star Wars Trilogy collection here. Okay, again, the binder is in beautiful condition here. And with these Tazos, you obviously had to slot them into the scene from the Star Wars A New Hope movie there. So let me have a little look at these pages in the binder. Okay, you also have a little bit of writing here to describe what was occurring in the movie. Obi-Wan Kenobi here. And on the reverse here, they were all numbered again. Character was labelled. There were 50 to collect, and each Tazu had a points value. So on this page, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Han were worth 4 points. So we have some answers to the quiz there. Just want to check the quality and see whether the set is complete. Luke finds Yoda and begins his training in the ways of the Force, it says there. I have Chewbacca here. Good. Luke and Yoda there, 2 points of value. Oh, I see, so these are actually from different Star Wars movies. Pardon my ignorance. So this was Return of the Jedi. And some more. Excellent. So here we have the limited editions found only in Doritos here. What do you think of those Tazoos? You've looked after them very well. Some more there. And this special trilogy was Tazoo number 50 there. Okay. And interestingly, it shows you where they were found. So they're also available in Quavers, French Fries and Monster Munch. Excellent. And to complete the set, or the pack, you had a Force card there of R2-D2. I believe that just attaches there. Well, attaches very badly. Nevertheless, it's a complete set. Well looked after. No apparent defects. And there was further information from the movies there. Excellent, I very much like that. Another complete item. Okay, and another set that you had with the Cubics Tazoos there. So that was some of the things you could do with them. So you have the collector's album here. 9, 18, 27, 36 there were in total, and they were affixed in these areas. Looks like it was to celebrate the millennium. So we have Millennium 2000. Okay, and let's have a look at your Cubics collection. So this is what we're talking about. So they were all numbered and double-sided. That would have gone there, for example. But my preference was the images on the reverse side. So we have Taz there. All numbered. Elmerford there. Looks like Daffy. So just going through the collection quickly, just ensuring it's complete. So far all looking in beautiful order there. Porky. Was that Wile E. Coyote? 23, 24, 25, 26, Bugs relaxing there, 27, 28, 29 is Taz crying, 30, 31, 32, 30 pie, 34, 35 and 36. So you have a complete section of cubics there. A little bit of fading of the images. That doesn't diminish anything from this item as a set, because these are all in wonderful condition. So that's that set, thank you. One thing I noticed over here, you have a Pog storage case here. Pogs were very popular in the playgrounds growing up. I had my own Pogs. But in here I noticed you have some more Tazoos. Incomplete set, so you may want to look at acquiring the folder and completing the set by purchasing some of these online. These were the Monster Munch Tazoos there, very much like the purple and the bronzy yellow colour there, very beautiful. So these what could be collected from the Monster Munch set in the 90s. Looks like a lot of them are up to mischief. So I'd very much like you to complete this set and bring it in for me, please. And I'll give you a nice price for these. Okay. So that's all the Tazoos, thank you. Now, moving on, I notice you have some Corinthian football players here. So we have arguably the greatest lineup in history of football, barring a few players that are missing sadly. So in goal we had Peter Schmeichel there. Loved the green jersey back in the 90s. Also the away one, which was white with the diamond design, that was also very beautiful. Right back you had Gary Neville with his centre parting there. Another staple from the 90s. Before Gary, you had Paul Parker, who was number 2. One of the greatest centre-back partnerships, Steve Bruce. And we have Gary Pallister here, Bruce and Pally. Just reviewing the condition of these as we discuss them. And then we had the best left back ever, in my opinion, was Dennis Irwin. Had a sweet left foot as well as a right foot. Excellent two-footed player who knew how to score a goal as well. Centre mid, obviously, had Paul Scholes. Next to him you had the General. There's Roy Keane there. That's number 16. Over here you'll notice this character, I think he'd left United by the time these were released. One of the greatest right wingers you'll ever see. He moved to Everton. This was Andre Kanchelskis. So remember his hat-trick against City in a 5-0 win in the 90s. Centre mid, competing with Keane and Scholes, Nicky Butt. Solid operator. Left wing, obviously, the very naughty Ryan Giggs. Blessed with beautiful balance and dribbling skills. We also have Giggs in the infamous grey kit of the 90s there. Right. General utility player was Brian McClare, aka Chocky. Up front we have the god, my idol from the 90s, Eric the King, number 7. Absolute god for me, it still is, Eric the King. Eric in the grey away kit there. And one of the greatest goal scorers in the history of the Premier League was Andy Cole, signed from Newcastle. But no problems finding the net when he came to United. Formed a deadly partnership with Dwight York. Just notice there's a few defects on Andy there. I'll have to see if we can get those removed or touched up with some paint there. Okay, notice you have one here still in the pack from a later United kit. That was Jesper Blomqvist. So have the card and the collector's information pack there. Excellent, so that's in pristine condition, apart from the dent there, but that doesn't matter. Jesper is in lovely condition. Looks as though we have an NBA star here, Charles Barkley. There. I believe it was the Phoenix Suns in Jordan's era. Correct me if I'm wrong. Played for the Phoenix Suns. Met Jordan in the playoffs. Right, and over here we have a bunch of nobodies. Ruud Gullit. Ian Wright. David James in his Liverpool jersey. Played for many different clubs. We have Jones there, don't know his first name. and the greatest player United probably never signed because of his love for Newcastle. After initially starting at Blackburn prior to Newcastle, was Alan Shearer there. Probably the best number 9 the Premier League ever saw. Right, and over here, just to finish off the collection, looks as though we have some more Pogs. Quite a full set. And this is what we use in the playground with a slammer. Pog series. Okay, so you do have quite a few Pogs there. Just wondering whether you have any slammers. Let's have a little look. So these are in good condition also. Not seeing any slammers in your collection. Nevertheless, it's a fabulous 90s collection, and I'm going to make you a very generous offer because I want to purchase every item that you've brought today. It's your lucky day. So let's have a look what we've got. Just ensure they are at the correct orientation. Okay, let's go for it. This is the offer I'm going to make. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, £300, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. £400 there is my offer. Are you going to accept?